Hello, it's Rosie from RoseByNameCo. I have come back again to show you another journal. This one is Wolfology 2, The Key. We did see the first one in the video, and that one was sold and gone, and now this one is sold also, and I will be shipping it shortly, but I wanted to get this video in before I did. So it is a Gothic journal about the wolves, like the first one, Wolfology, and this one is entitled The Key. Well, because there's something, I guess, that needs to be unlocked, and it does get unlocked eventually. There's a safe that gets unlocked inside this journal. So we're going to, no, the safe is not in the journal. No, it's in the woods, in Beast Woods. So anyways, this one is a 3 signature, same as the first one, and it has about 70 pages, a little over 70 pages. It has lots of the fluffy stuff that I like, and I usually put, you know, as much as I can. However, I am being told that it should be a little bit less, but hey, I do like it, and apparently some other people like it too, so it's okay. I did a lot of sewing, so there's all the sewing tails are up here as well, and on the bottom too. There's lots here hanging out. On the spine, it's a 3-inch spine this time because I had to increase it because there's just so much going on inside this journal that I needed to make it a little bit bigger to hold all the inserts that I have planned for it. You could probably make it a little bit tighter here when you close it, but I just left it like this because I wanted to open it easier. I do have a tassel here as well. It has some chain and some ribbon and some of the little charms on it. This one here as well, I like these ones. They were from a sari, and it does have a little wolf mask right here. It's really cute, and that's just hung by one of those Tim Holtz rings. On the back is this beautiful material as well. It's got this beautiful stitching on it. I didn't do this stitching. That come on a material, on a fabric that I had, but it's just beautiful, and I used it on the front and the back. And here is Tim Holtz hardware with the title on it, and some cheesecloth and ribbon here. The closure is just muslin, I'm sorry, not Muslim, muslin. And let's just see what's inside. There is quite a bit to show you, so I'm not going to go too much anymore about the outside. We just want to go and see the inside, right? Okay, so let's open this up and look to see what is inside, what is going on in the second. It's really kind of a continuation of the first one. So this is the second installment, so to speak. But each one holds on its own as well. There's a little story in it, but there is a lot of journaling spaces and a lot of inserts and journaling cards and tags for you to use as well. So on this one, in the front, we do have a pocket, and I put in this beautiful tag in there of this gorgeous wolf on it. And I did write a little message to somebody who bought this so that they can keep it. And in the front, we do have a little charm of the wolf. This one was in the first one as well, and I just liked it so much, so I'm going to keep using it. I did use fabric and ribbon on this pocket, and I made a postcard to try to make it look like an old postcard, probably from the 20s or 30s, I guess, and of Beast Woods. So this is the road that leads into the Beast Woods village and into the woods themselves. It does look kind of ominous in this photograph that I found in a book and put it on here. It's really almost exactly like in my imagination. we're going off into this mystery that is the beast woods. So here we do have a lot of the red signature that I've been using in these ones, and these journals. And here we have a little bit of the coordination, I guess, of two beast woods, 3 directions, and it's still a journaling spot, so you can still write on it. Made from an old envelope. And here I did some stitching and some painting, just because it's wolves, and of course we do have that comes with the wolves is lots of different rich earthy tones that we see when we see the wolves. Now there is notes in here from Martin. If you remember Martin Smith, he was a wolf tracker, and he's continuing to watch the wolves, and he was trying to help the wolves when the villagers were going to stage an attack. He thwarted their attack and ended up in jail. And now that he's in jail, he is trying to figure out how to escape and continue on his search to see what is going on with the PAG Enigma. So here is Wolf from a magazine that I found, a beautiful picture of the wolf, howling wolf, that I included here. And then I also added a pocket here and a bit of another wolf. This is a vintage printed on photo paper, and just a journaling card as well. And here I stamped some spots, and you can see ribbon and a little bit of washi tape, but I don't usually use washi tape. Mostly ribbon and fabric that I cut out. Here is wolf breeds and so on, a little info about the wolves and so on that are seen throughout the book. Now over here is a see-through pocket, plastic, where there's a journaling card here with that rich coloring that I have also throughout the book, and a little bit of ribbon with red on it. Maybe Martin is keeping these, you know, as tools or something when he goes out into the woods. So let me just close this one here. More messages and notes from Martin. And here, this is, I don't know, this I found in a scrapbook paper that looks like could be wolf fur. So I used it here. Here's one of my own photos. Anywhere you see RCV, that will be my own photo. Beast woods, anything to do with woods and trees. I love the woods. They're very mysterious and always hold, you know, something extra special for me to go inside and discover what's going on. Here I used some like a doily and just stitched it right on, just for design. And so here is the middle of the first signature, and we do have the wolf coming into Beast Woods. And this photo in the middle, again, I took all the photos of a nearby forest. It's not very big, actually. It's in Toronto somewhere, and it just is substituting for Beast Woods. This is the back of that. And here we have members of Enigma, it says. And it's actually the Stouffer family, the Stouffer boys. All of them. It seems maybe, I don't know if maybe here somebody's missing, or if Will, if you remember, Will Stouffer was a young protege to become maybe, you know, the alpha male. So anyways, well, there's a little bit more about them throughout the book here as well. Here's more of the fur, and then here I made another fabric pocket. I love this one here, a little bit shiny, a little bit see-through. I've used it before. And here's Thor. This is alpha male in Enigma, and it's a little bit of a notebook or a folder. Really, it folds over, and you open it, have your spots for journaling. And as well, this is an article on wolves, and I did back it up just so you see that, you know, everything has its purpose. So this one is backed up with paper that you can write on and some stamping on it, and another little postcard or photo kind of beastwoods. So that goes here in the first one. And then over here is another one also they can write on, and as well wolves in the background. And here is beastwoods, my photo again. So this just goes back in here. Okay, so in the back of this one I did make a belly band here with lots of stitching and ribbon, and I made this into a tag or a bookmark or however you want it. In the back I did use the Tim Holtz paper with some dates, and in the front is almost like samples of the fur, wolf fur, and some of their, you know, anything going on with blood. Unfortunately, there is some bloody parts here as far as wolves are concerned. There will be some bloody parts, so if you're squeamish, I guess you don't need to watch this video, but it's really just red paint and used in an artistic way. On this side we have another picture of the wolf. I'll show you in a second, but there is more here from Martin's notes and what's going on with Enigma. Here we have a little notebook, and over here we have the entire picture with the wolf with the yellow flowers, and this must be an Arctic wolf. So anybody who loves wolves and loves to see, you know, photos of them and depictions of them, this would be good because there's lots of it. I did leave a couple of empty spaces for you to fill up however you wish. And here we have more of the stitching here, and then another journaling card. This one actually has a little turkey in here. If you look in closely in Beastwoods, wild turkeys roam too. This one actually goes with the other half of the wolf. You could put them together, or you can just keep it like that in a journaling card as well. Now here we have a little bead or a charm as well. That just seems to go with the colors that is in this entire journal. The brown earthy tones. Here is another fold out. Yep, it goes on and on. I do like the fold outs myself. So a little bit of a map too that you can check out. Last night I saw the wolf. Yes, that is from the first wolf journal. Now here, because Martin does have a key to a safe. He needs to find it in Beastwoods. He escaped from jail, and he did go home to find a compass so he can make his way in the woods, because, well, the woods are very, very dense and deep and dark. So he does need a little help. So I made a little thing here that is like a compass or something. And then a photograph of mine of Beastwoods in a little bit lighter way on some days. Usually pretty dark in there. Always some tags, you know, ribbon and fabric. And this one has the eyelash, I believe it's called, ribbon that I found in brown. And then here is, look at this beautiful fabric. Very, very beautiful. Silver with a red in the back that I put, and some cheesecloth. It is of woods. I didn't take this one. This is from magazine. But here, this is something that Martin would keep with him, again, to put his little things that he might need in his tracking of the wolves, and maybe some samples and so on. His notebook is here, and then here some photos of wolves and some notes that he's made. So if you open it all the way, you will see a beautiful photograph here of woods. So if you're into woods like I am, that will be just perfect for you. Now here I made this pocket. It is from fabric, so lots of fabric pockets. This one here is a plant journal envelope. He does keep his little plant notes here when he's in the woods, what he can eat, what he can't eat. So just basically there's a little notebook that he can write into. And well, he needs to stay away from this one, Deadly Nightshade. This is what it looks like. So he keeps a picture and then a map as far as where he might go and so on. So that goes in here. I did have lots of fun making this little stuff that goes in here. And this ribbon here belongs to a white fabric that I coffee dyed, and it just looks really, really ancient. So I love that kind of stuff. And this is just from some brown wrapper, maybe from bread that I used. Over here is, it says the pack, and underneath it is cover, because underneath is a photograph. Of course, the wolves are eating. Mostly they do eat every single thing that is on the body or the carcass of the animal that they have caught, and that is how they survive. I just covered up a little in case you don't want to look at it all the time, but there it is. Out here is a house that I found. I did put it in because this is where the Stofers live. It is a rather large country home, and this is where they congregate. Now the Stofers, if you don't know yet or you haven't figured out, they are Enigma. That will be the next installment, all about Enigma. Who's who and who does what, and who's the alpha, who's the beta, and so on. Here is another very beautiful with flowers fabric that I also aged. Here's the woods on this one. It's kind of a tag page. More of this one, but in the back of this one you can also journal. And here I found, this is an authentic ephemera from an old book about a wolf. I guess he happens to come by on some people that are camping there, but it is just, the colors are just beautiful, and I did include it here, including with some of those old pages from the book as well, right at the edge here. Here we have also that fabric again, and the colors of the wolves. And then here is just some paper, various papers, and a little bit more about statistics, just stats about wolves that I found on the web. So we're coming up to the second signature middle, also with the doily on this side. And inside is Beast Woods. This is where Enigma comes and relaxes. This is their spot. Now this is a little bit puffy. What I did was I put cheesecloth, lots of cheesecloth underneath, and then sewn around it, and it's making it like a little bit almost like 3D or something. Here I have another one from a children's book as well. A nice fold out, the wolf and a little Red Riding Hood. And I love the squirrel here as well. So over here, in the back of that, we have a pocket here. It says 3 offspring. So this is Hartman, actually. Hartman Stouffer. He's like the great-grandpa or something like that, grandpa. So he had 3 offspring. One of them is Thor, which is the alpha of Enigma. And so there are 2 others. So we have to still find out who are the other 2 offspring that belong to Enigma. And here's his family, Hartman Stouffer, and his family here as well. There's lots of different characters here, actually. If you just look at them, they're quite a bunch. With this guy here, especially, look at his mustache and beard, is quite something. And then in the back, it is a fold out with just a little bit of collaging here, and there's actually collaging throughout the book as well. So let me see, this will go back over here. I did use the clips. I love the clips as well. Over here, another tag and a little notebook as well that you can use for all kinds of stuff. And then here I used, the sewing pattern, the soft paper, together with this and this pretty background as well. Here we have a Tim Holtz safety pin that is on a lobster claw hook here. And this is a pocket that I left empty, but you can fill out some of them I tried to leave some as much as I could, but really I just want to fill in everything. So this is like a bookmark that you could use in any other place as well. And then a little poem about the wolf. And then in the back here is more Martin's notes and the progression of the story, how he goes through the woods and is trying to find a safe. Eventually he does. And over here, I love this one here with a little bit of shiny. I don't use shiny too much, but I did like it here. It just seems to be a little bit like fur over here or something going on. So in this pocket is another fold out folder. And here we have some more, you know, different things. This is wax, made out of wax paper. It's really, really sticky. And then here, this one is just an old letter and an old ticket that I have. So I just kind of put it in here just for something else to, you know, grab your attention and so on. And more spaces to write in, of course. And I stamped wolf on it. So here's a whole page of these earth tones that I like to use, and it's been all tore up into pieces and then sewn back together to make this effect here like this. And so here's a pocket that you can use. Over here is another pocket. And here is a little bit, you know, right up on the wolves. And always using ribbon and thread and anything that I can to embellish. And here is another pull-out, a beautiful photograph of a wolf in motion. Just gorgeous how this was caught. This is authentic ephemera. So this is the real thing. I don't have copies. I didn't make a copy. This is what you get in this journal. Beautiful. And in the back, of course, you can write in it, and there's more notes from Martin. Here's another one, my photographs of the woods. And then here you can flip out and lots of writing space. And we come to the last section of, or last middle of the last signature. And there's Thor looking right at you. And he's come to get a drink in the Beast Woods here where they congregate as well. And this one opens up. And in the back we have a wolf looking out and a vintage wolf as well. So lots of images of wolves, anything that I could find. Here's more of the story, and then if you open it up, there's another large pullout of a wolf as well. He's in a hunt or something that he's looking for his mates and so on. So here we have this cute little skeleton. You know, there's lots of skeletons going around with the wolves. And just some other fabric things that I like to use. And another empty pocket for you. And this is the back side of that collage thing sewn up. Now over here I have a little folder. It says Wolves Ancestry, the Pack, Enigma. So inside here is a message, and also a little folder that comes out. And then inside there's some things, you know, paper, maps, and another one that opens up and up and up. So, yeah, I like doing these a lot. So that way you have the story, you have the pictures, but you also have lots of space to write on. And as well, here is just a little, it says actually this is authentic again, Stouffer and Coulson, and some kind of like a business card or something. But it does have the name Stouffer on it, which is what I'm using. So I thought that was perfect. Because even though they're actually wolves, they still need to have some kind of business going on to, you know, keep them surviving in the human world. So this is the end. It does have a little bit of a cliffhanger here. And then at the very end, and we'll get to this in a second, I do just I have my signature here with the date and my card. And then for this, let me show you this one here. Okay, so let me show this last folder that, I don't know, I found this little pirate's chest or something. I don't know, I used it, thought it might be okay for a safe. So I have a muslin wrapper here that I aged, and it looks quite like it might have been somewhere, you know, for a long time. So this is something that Martin is just going to find out, something that's going on. And okay, if I can get it open, there we go. So this is the first time that now Martin is going to see his father. And this is a picture of his father and his mother, Anna. So far, he thought his father was Mr. Smith, but no, his real father is someone else that belongs to the Stouffer family. So here is, says, to my Anna, all my love, Joseph S. So Joseph Stouffer is actually Martin's father, and surprise, Martin had this surprise of his life that he actually belongs to the Stouffer family, which means that he belongs to Enigma and he's a wolf. Now, he hasn't known this yet. He hasn't turned into a wolf yet. So what will have to trigger that? I've yet to figure that out. But something will trigger where he will eventually join the pack. So this is just a card that you can journal in. And so here is a picture of young Martin. And on the back is his sister, Samara. So Samara is somewhere as well, and he hasn't met her yet. So we're going to have to see how Samara enters the picture as well. And so this is the birth certificate that he will find inside the safe. That's something that he's been searching for in a way his entire life. He didn't really know what it was he was searching for, but he has. So here it gives his right name and birth date, and as well his sisters. So he has a lot now to figure out what to do. This is a notebook, otherwise, you know, like a diary or journal that maybe the Hartman Stouffer kept, the grandfather or great-grandfather, I think grandfather probably. And so he has a lot to go on now, that he has some information, and there's a little key too that says love on it. And most of all, he has his proper birth date and name, and a picture of his father and mother together, probably the only one he'll ever have. And he will treasure this forever, of course. So that is that. That goes back in here. And that is the end of this installment, Wolfology 2. So the story is in there. I don't know how the story is just developing sort of on its own as I go through it and find the various inserts and documents and so on, photos that I want to include. So lots and lots in here to go on. And this cover, and hopefully it will get to a place where it will, you know, be cherished and used. Most of all used. I want it to be used, and, you know, write their own thoughts, and not necessarily about the wolves, but whatever else they want to put in here. So this is Wolfology 2, the key. Thank you for watching and coming back to my channel. I will be working on Wolfology 3 and 4, which will be Enigma and then Beast Woods. Beast Woods, the last one will have information as far as where did Beast Woods come from, why is it called Beast Woods, what happened there a long time ago. Hopefully interesting enough to have the same person or somebody else buy more of these journals and have fun with it. That's the main part, have fun with it. Okay, so thank you for coming back and watching. I'm really thankful that people are looking at these and interested. So thank you. Bye-bye.